Fuck, dude.
We are live.
Just now.
We're literally right now as Mike comes in. But before we do go live, check out Niche Website Builders, folks. If you're interested in...
Do they have any? They have some Black Friday shit going on, don't they? Do you know what it is?
They have a whole bunch of different shit going on. You're better going over to their website. I'll put the link below. They have a whole bunch of different Black Friday deals, so check them out. They are live now, I believe. So
yeah, I'm gonna load up this year.
Yeah, load up on that shit. But Mr. Mike Pierce,
dude, what was your favorite food that you ate in Malta, bro?
Chips. In the Michelin star restaurant, I had chips, which Mike and his wife and
everyone
thought was really funny. But the problem I've got is I have an eating disorder, which a lot of people don't know about. So I'm genuinely, when I say this, I am very, very selective in what I eat, and eating in Michelin star restaurants, eating rabbit and whatever other fucking duck and whatever else you were eating.
That's good, dude.
Not for me, man.
Dude, I'm serious. We're sitting in this Michelin star restaurant, dude, and homeboy's ordering French fries.
Do you have a kid's menu, please? Chicken tendies.
Oh God, it was rad.
But tell you something that is really funny, Brad. So Adrian, who we met over there, I had him before, and his wife was sat next to me. So she's seen me like not eating properly, and she was like, "Come on, dude, eat this thing." So there was this kind of mushroomy type thing in front of me, and she's like, have it, just taste it. Come on, just eat. And I'm like, no.
That's what all the ladies tell you, isn't it?
But she said, so she kept going. I said, nah. I said, if I eat that, I'm going to literally shit all over the floor. Now, I didn't know her really at this point, and she just looked at me, and her eyes were up wider, and she just went, prove it.
She did, dude. I go home. We go to the hotel, and Stephanie literally quoted the whole conversation, dude. It was freaking hilarious, dude.
That way, you just say something, and it kind of just slipped out my mouth, and I didn't know what way she was going to take it. But she was disgusted. She's like, "I can't believe you, Craig. I'm a lady." She's doing all this fucking her hair back. "I'm a lady. I can't believe you just said that to me." I'm like, "You're the one that said it to me. Prove it." So yeah, it was fun.
We went to this spot after you left, and we had nothing but like oyster and I was thinking of your chips, dude. They brought chips out though, and I did ask what great
chips over there is just like French fries, right?
Yeah, it's French fries, dude. I mean, they're French fries.
Yeah.
Dirk was a gentleman and took us to Popeye's Village.
Dude.
Like, no joke, bro. He picked us up and drove us across the country, like literally across the country to Popeye's Village. It was good shit.
Yeah. Everyone thought that was a kind of joke, though.
They did.
Kyle Roof's like, in the morning, I can't think of anything worse than going to Popeye's Village. He's sitting there just drinking beer. I'm like, fuck, dude.
He talked the bar when we go to Greensboro, we typically go to we stay at the Proximity, and very nice restaurant, very nice hotel, and they have breakfast, but then they have a bar in there. He somehow talked them into giving him selling him 2 Bud Lights at like 8 a.m. He shows up like to the event, like smiling like Kyle does, like just holding a Bud Light in each hand. I'm like, where the fuck did you get those? And I talked to the bartender and they gave them to me. They had to open up the cooler.
Oh man, I just don't know how Kyle does it.
He's a machine.
He is a beast.
Did he present?
He did.
Was it good? It's always really good when I.
It was actually the next evolution of the one he did at NFG 2021. So he had changed because that event he did the first.
That was about clustering, right?
Yeah, that was the first time he'd ever done that, and the best part was looking at Adrian while Craig was presenting and seeing Adrian's face and watching him sit down and then watching like this table of like 3 chicks get up and walk out of the room.
Right, Brad, so put yourself in my shoes here, right? You've asked to go and speak at a gambling conference. Now, I ask around, like, what's the level like in terms of knowledge and black hat and all that kind of stuff? People like, oh, these are the dirtiest motherfuckers around, you know. Go all out. So I went out there, and I'm trying to tell them about cloaking, and I used the John Bukaki story. So, and you just seen Adrian's eyeballs nearly fucking popped out his head. He's like, what the fuck?
You would think they would be able to handle it.
Yeah, exactly. In that niche, I thought I was being mild, but apparently I'm seen as the dirty guy or the crazy guy.
Good thing I didn't go, because
there was a lot of
the dirty guy.
Yeah, there were a lot of compliance officers in that audience. So it was that presentation. I always love that. We were talking about how that presentation, if people want to grow their SEO, can grab onto a bunch of stuff and run with it. And it also does the same thing that we've always traditionally done with energy, which is filter out those people that you just don't want to talk to. Like straight up, like it filters out those people that are going to complain or ask for a refund or just be a pain in the ass, right? So it's a very interesting one to see who reacts and how they react.
Although the majority stayed, I think it was just
everyone did.
But if you dig deep into it, obviously the stories were a bit wild. But again, you're at a gambling conference, and
I'm surprised they knew what a bukkake was. If they're going to get offended by it, usually, by the time you know what it is, you're not really.
Unless you're married to me.
So I'm looking out, right? I don't know how many people are there, right? But there was one. So I said, anyone know what a bukkake is? Now you're just looking around, and you can see all these guys with their wives, like
no.
And then there was one guy at the back who was like, me. And it wasn't Mike or Kyle.
One Japanese guy.
Yeah, right.
But overall, Mike, Dirk's asking, what do you think of the Malta SEO scene and the iGaming SEO scene?
It was an interesting scene. I met some solid SEOs. I think it's like the majority of the people at that conference are definitely not hardcore SEOs. I wouldn't say
they're more business people, right? Or
yeah,
trying to start their company. Yeah,
they're affiliates and operators, and I think that an island or a country like that, a lot of the people know each other that are deep into SEO. So there were some solid people from Serbia, solid people from Ukraine, solid people from pretty much all over the world were there. You know, it was a good scene. As long as you could put up with the actual convention noise, man, which was hard for me to deal with.
It was
loud.
No, but it was proper busy. Like, I've never seen. The only criticism I would have is you speak there and then you're literally thrown back into the crowd, into the wolves, and you can't get away. Sometimes you're just like, fuck, like at least let us go out the side door or something. You're thrown back into the crowd and then have to walk through the whole fucking event again, and there's fucking so many people, man. It
looked like when I used to go to SEMA in Vegas.
Yeah,
that's what it looked like.
Eamon, he's done a really good job with that convention though, for sure. I mean, I think it went from 15K to 25K, and I know that Adrian actually did the SEO and the promotion that year, that it pumped up over the last year after COVID, because I think COVID put a damper in there. The Prime Minister was there, man, of Malta, and we're walking out, dude flies away in a helicopter. But I'm looking at Kyle that day. I'm like, dude, the Secret Service is here, bro. Look at this. And there's all these dudes just chilling, big dudes, small dudes, suits, earpiece. And I'm like, dude, what is going on? And then figured out that the Prime Minister was walking around. So yeah, it was interesting.
Was there much CBD shit there or no?
What's that?
Was there much CBD stuff there or no?
There was a little bit. Most of that was payment processors, dude. I went over there and I actually was able, after they did the Fat Joe concert, it was quieter that next morning, and able to go around and hand some stuff out and talk to people in a normal voice, dude.
You would have no chance, literally no chance of handing shit out or talking, engaging conversations on that first day where we were. because I went inside and I'm walking around. I'm messaging like, where the fuck are you guys? It's hard to find even people who are telling you where the fuck to go. It's proper busy, man. The Prime Minister, what I will say is Eamon liked it. So Eamon, the
Great making friends,
liked my style. I'm not sure about the Prime Minister. I don't even know if he was there at the event that day. I think he was on the next day, was he not, Mike?
Yeah, I think so. He was where he was. I think it was the next day. But
apologies, Prime Minister, if you did see it or hear it or watched it or whatever.
I'm sure he's got some videos out there.
That's it. That's the thing. Also at this event, and I'm not sure if you were aware of this, Mike, but obviously there was the people in the room, but that shit was being streamed across fuck knows where as well. It was online. I got hit up quite. I'm still dealing with a bunch of shit coming through, and I'm sure you are too, with email and everything. Like just like getting swamped, dude. But are you getting a lot of people trying to sell to you as well? That as well. Yeah, I'm getting bombarded on people trying to talk to me, and I'm like, fuck this.
It happens.
Yeah. You know, what's funny is that the second I got there and checked in, like they're definitely scanning. Like I was getting calls from all over the world instantly. A lot of spam, a lot of stuff coming through. It's funny. I looked at Steph's phone. She showed me. She's like, it's all freaking just all of these Eastern European countries calling constantly, dude.
It's pretty normal.
Maybe Jason was scanning. I don't know. Someone was scanning, bro.
Could have been Jason. Facebook user, why am I not in Phuket? I was in America, then Malta up until Friday there, and then I'm in London as of next Monday. So I need a week to recover. I couldn't face going to Phuket as much as I'd love to have went out there, because it looks like Charles Float had a great mastermind out there, a whole bunch of people. I think it's finished now, if I remember correctly.
Dude, the third one would have killed you, bro.
Dude, I mean, I didn't even function properly in Malta. I was in my bed at every opportunity. But you'll be the same now. It's going to take you days to recover from that shit.
I'm tired, dude. I'm still like on Maltese time, dude. Like I'm waking up at 2, 3 a.m. and yeah, I'm tired.
But Mike had a badass trip. What was it? New York, then Salt Lake City, then a 6-hour drive.
Yeah, dude. So we flew into Rome and then flew to New York and then flew to Salt Lake and then stayed the night and then drove home. It was long, dude. It was literally almost 24 hours in a freaking plane, bro. At the airport. So
not fun. Not fun.
Definitely don't want to fly Rome to New York anymore.
Final question on your trip. Did you get upgraded on the way home or did you do economy class again?
No, dude. Nothing. There was nothing, dude. And I couldn't find my reservation on the way out. Like I'm looking it up for Air Malta and it's like there's no reservation. Finally, I realized that there was 2 numbers, dude, and I found it. And couldn't even, all the flights were full. They couldn't pick seats, nothing, dude. Just had to go here you go, hand it off and go. When we got it was Rome. When we got into Rome, like literally had to clear both Rome and freaking New York, dude. New York. So in New York, we had to clear customs and then walk outside to another terminal, dude, in the snow. And then in Rome, we had to clear through and then barely made it to board. So it was just like bang, 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 bang.
It's not good. That on my way to America, actually, flew to Frankfurt and then over to America. I had a 1-hour turnaround time to get off the fucking plane, through the terminal, and then on to the other one. It's stressful, man.
Yeah, but and no one stopped.
I just brought up CBD because I thought it was going to be gambling, CBD, and what was the other one?
It's gambling, crypto, and
yeah.
Gaming, crypto, and CBD. Yeah.
Yeah, at that event. So was the main focus.
CBD Flowers has been hiding. How is your CBD online business going? Is it going well? Because CBD's been on these shows for years now.
Yeah, he has. or
I'd
they
be
have.
curious to know if that is skyrocketed as of yet. Let us know, but also give us questions in the chat, guys. We're probably going to be slow because people probably thought we gave up the show.
I'm just slow because I'm slow, dude.
Yeah, we know that. But Mike's a big ass dude. I actually forgot how tall you were.
How'd you forget that?
No, but like, no, he's freakily tall.
Yeah.
Like, I know he was a tall ass dude, but Big Dirk there as well. Big Dirk's a match for him. Dirk, I thought, was a small dude. This guy,
me too.
And he's a lot musclier than Mike. Dirk's
dude's freaking ripped. And he says he can't work out anymore because of his kids, but I don't believe him.
Yeah, I reckon Dirk's in there every other day, busting a few bits. Theo is here as well. Any questions for us, Theo, before Mike starts?
Post them up. We're going to end it early.
Yeah.
I'll go to bed.
I'll take a nap too. Yeah. I woke up at 1, didn't go back to sleep till 3. Listen to a Elon Musk interview.
How was it?
It was recent. Yeah. Interesting because it was funny because he's taking like a Google perspective on, you know, how he came out with the blue, like the blue check you buy for $8 a month. His thought process was interesting because they're going to give preferential treatment to anyone who's paying, right? So then if he's giving preferential treatment to people who are paying, it's not going to pay to be malicious. So right now, you can spam the shit out of Twitter for like pennies, right? Where when he does this, you've got to pay $8 an account. So you can't, you're not going to buy $800,000 worth of accounts. Where right now you could get them for like a penny a piece, the Twitter accounts, and it's going to cost you a couple $100 a month. So that shit is going to push the preferential treatment of the new blue check marks is going to push all the spam results down. He's like, it's similar to Google. And he used the old, the joke, like, where do you hide a dead body? Page 2.
Did he pull that out and do it?
He pulled that out, and like no one in the crowd had heard it. They're all laughing. I was like, bro, that joke's like 10 years old. But he's like, but yeah, that's his whole plan with that's why he's doing it, is to filter the spam without filtering the spam.
Makes sense.
But the problem you have is there's motherfuckers like you guys. So there was a guy out there who basically paid for the blue tick, set up an account, and then said insulin is free, and it caused the stock market to crash. You know, the all the insulin people and all that kind of stuff. So, like anything,
that's what they're working on now, is getting rid of that shit. And did you see people posting the N-word like crazy? Wow. Yeah, it's all these white people like, oh, I can say anything I want now, and like you know,
funny, dude.
And he's like, you know, we'll take care of that as well. You know, nothing has changed as far as our policies. Those people's accounts.
But that's what it is. They put it absolutely does push quality in a way, like just like Google, like the way they change everything, they do push quality. Even though Google is stupid, they are dumb. They're not smart on a SERP by SERP basis. To fight them and to try to deliver certain things in certain queries just means you're fighting an uphill battle that you can't win. And so they are able to control the quality of things based on, you know, those kind of decisions, and making people pay for that jet check mark and pay for that quality is going to allow, honestly, to me, it looks like opportunity. If you're paying, and then you can step past a lot of things, and then you can get a little bit shadier with it. Like,
well, you can still spam,
right?
But it's the way that we've switched to spamming. We're not putting out 30,000 page sites 100 at a time anymore. You know, that's what these Twitter people were doing. Imagine if we could pay $8 a month for a Google site that like would have preferential treatment over everyone else. Like I'd buy that all day, and I would have like hundreds of accounts, you know. So I honestly wish Google would try and would test that out.
Well, it's just like, you know, using Series LLC to create a bunch of accounts, like bank accounts, and then go in and buy a bunch of ad accounts and then run those as individual entities. And
he actually, it made me think of Google giving preferential treatment to someone that's buying extra drive space, buying ads and stuff like that. He's like, we're piggybacking on the third-party authentication of the credit cards and everything
Absolutely.
else. He's like, that's how we're authenticating people.
I mean, and when Google put out Plus and they had the auth-ship tag, like I've always been kind of waiting for them to tie in a social, an ID number to everything. And that's essentially what they try to do with some of the financial shit. But there are ways to play with that if you're going, and if you need to go that route, and there are ways to take advantage of it for sure.
It was a really interesting interview because it talked about that, and then it talked about just from an operational perspective at Tesla, and talking about that, like getting rid of stuff that he's like a huge percentage. He's like, people don't realize it. A huge percentage of the parts on your car are not needed at all. He's like, that's how Tesla is doing better than other car manufacturers.
They're cutting pieces of the car out.
We actually look for that kind of stuff. Like 2 departments assume that the other department put it in. He went to like the sound department or whatever, and they're like, no, we have that in because of the safety department. He goes to the safety department. The safety department's like, no, we have that in because of the sound department wanted it. He's like, does it need to be here at all? No. So they get rid of it. So it's just, Elon.
It's like consulting on a business. When you go in and you want to make them money, one of the best ways to do that is to cut their costs and to cut all the freaking fat, dude.
Yeah.
Usually that means cutting me. I lose my job at that point. But
yeah, well.
CBD flowers, 8th is his best position for CBD flower shops. Well done. We'll come to you in a second, Theo, because yours is a long ass question. But Sack Lane, how to rank medium competition affiliate niches? Any tips for him?
Good content, links.
And what's good content? Meet your optimization points, get everything in there that builds that page, and then link that shit.
Yeah, build out the page entity, and then see where it goes into the SERPs, and you're more than likely going to need to link, and then that's it. Do it in clusters too. So build multiple pages and link them all together. Then
basically, I think doing the bare minimum while hitting the requirements for the page is probably your best bet.
Hopefully that helps you. Anyway, Theo.
I just bought a site, and as it stands, it is a company that sells a license to a software that allows users to enhance Google Maps 360 imagery, mainly used by virtual tour photographers. It is a DR67. However, the link profile is mainly based on either iframe embeds or URL links to live-domain-name.com, where all of the hosted virtual tours sit. My idea was to monetize it by optimizing the content better for it to mainly be seen for virtual tour software, but with a broader view of turning it non-contextualish. Non-contextualist. How are you? I expand on turning it non-contextualish. Please. All right, let me think about that. So the question in there is, you're basically asking our thoughts on how you're gonna monetize that site essentially.
Virtual tour software. Wait a minute.
Do you have access to the software?
Okay, backlink profile. Okay, the idea was to it's risky. So you want to turn it into. I guess the question is just about the link profile. You own the company now for the software. Okay, so you're building a real business. I got you.
So
let's see.
He is scared, or
not the backlink profile.
Yeah. Obviously, you can modify that backlink profile, expand it out. But virtual tours, for me, what is relevance? Is virtual tours and camera equipment relevant? For me, it is. People think it has to be exactly relevant. As long as it you're not putting, cameras to some butcher shop or some shit like that. That there's no way you could tie that in at all.
Well,
Well, maybe you could.
I'm fucking with you, but yeah, no, I absolutely know. So the software and the affiliate there, I like the idea of the hybrid site. If you have a strong link profile, you say it's non-contextual. I assume a lot of that means it's branded as well. And then also probably publish virtual tours all over the place. So I would say that with the link profile, and you guys stop me when you want to jump in, but I would say now what you're looking for is to go in and build that contextual piece to that link profile, focusing on how you're going to monetize those cameras and things, right? If you've already taken care of that page rank and everything, and that the virtual tours are published and all this, you're going to need content to convert the cameras anyways, man. So that's the perfect opportunity to convert that profile, in my opinion.
I'd also get a lead cap up too.
Yeah.
It was some type of white paper of some type is the lead cap. 5 tips for making sure your virtual tours are executed flawlessly.
The five biggest problems. Yeah, there's a lot there, dude, for sure.
Then you drip out your affiliate stuff to them and have that on auto.
And that also allows you to leverage, I mean, realistically, especially if it's a photographer's and you're dealing with people in photography, you could do some sort of dripped like training for those photographers when it comes to the marketing or wherever that is. Like there's a lot of opportunity to keep those people engaged and moving from email onto your website, which is just going to help in the long run anyways with those metrics and that CTR type metrics shit.
Yeah, if you're giving out any free links, Theo, from that DR67, you're always
I will take them.
Yeah,
that's a fun one. I like that campaign. I think that's
how much you pay for a DR67.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
Yeah, how much did you, or roughly, if you want to disclose that, Theo? I'll give you one.
Give you one link.
But to give you some context behind this, Theo was a guy out doing those 360 tours and stuff like that, and realized that he had this big customer database. So when he goes in there, people think he's from Google, right? And they're like, dude, can you fucking help rank my website? Can you do this? Can you do that? Which then pushed Theo towards like.
I just think about map listings and map accounts when I think about this thing. My head just keeps going back to fucking accounts and making listings. But yeah, no, I love the opportunity there, especially because, I mean, who made the money in the gold rush? Was it the fucking prospectors or the motherfucker with the shovels, dude? It's like that Grandpa's Fortune fables, Brad.
Selling all the shovels.
Yeah, selling the fucking shovels, man. And I think that, especially like he says there that he's thinking about a course and affiliate links. He's got a ton of the experience with those tours. I think this is multiple revenue streams. This is a solid focus for you, dude. Like I'm jealous.
Yeah. Just do it. Theo is probably guilty of probably just overthinking sometimes.
Yeah, that's what I think. I mean, build your content, build your course, and get links to the shit you build, dude. And you're gonna be. I wouldn't be worried about your site, man. I wouldn't. I think you're doing the right thing, and it'll come together pretty easily.
Just do it, Theo. And yes, he's taking action now. Got to take action. But Sean Greenwood, what tools are you guys using for on-page?
Either Surfer or Cognitive.
Cognitive, Surfer, Sitebulb, Pop. The page entity stuff that we've got. Like that's it, really. Cognitive is never going to leave, dude. It's funny how that thing just sticks around, doesn't get updated, and continues to do a decent job of what it should do. I was actually talking to Alex about that, bro.
Yeah.
What
did he have to say?
He said that Cognitive was like the last kick. It's that thing. I mean, there's link building going on and everything, but the lock in with was Cognitive modification and the backlinking, dude. And that. I
mean, look at that Jersey site, that rehab site that we worked on. Adrian did the linking. I did the Cognitive, and it fucking took off.
The pharmacy. Okay, so here's it's pharmacy, dude. It's pharma, and it's like 2 months, 3 months old, dude. And it's solid mid-page 1 for commercial terms, dude.
Yeah.
Like.
Is that all that is? That website 3 months old?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Pretty damn new, dude.
Well, because he was talking about some of the kind of having and stuff like that. I just made the assumption it was like years old.
No, it's brand new, dude. It's funny because there was a gaming domain recently too that was like 3 months old that just destroyed the SERPs. It is I got a question that came through in Skype just now, actually, and I don't have the answer that I would like. So Brad, maybe it's about CallRail.
Yes.
Are toll-free numbers better to use for mass page? Or I guess I didn't read the question, but go ahead. Toll-free or local?
I mean, if you're doing mass page, then you're going to be covering multiple geos, so therefore you should use an 800 number because you're not going to be able to use one specific geo as number. So yeah, makes sense to me. They're $2, I think.
$2 for those kind of calls, depending on what you're in.
Did I tell you that the one from the event that we did, it's getting calls.
Is it already?
Yeah,
it's solid. What's up, Maeve? Maeve is selling backlinks now. She's the backlink guru.
Really?
Backlink queen.
Killing it.
She's got some solid
sites, dude. Yeah, dude. Like that's like magazine level editorial shit that's possible there. What method would you recommend for finding keyword cannibalization issues for an e-com site with 1,000 products?
Probably Sitebulb, right? That would be
Sitebulb would be a start, but I would be looking at impressions in console and starting to look at SEO testing in and of itself is a great way to go look at that too, actually. SEOtesting.com probably will get you rolling pretty quickly without having to go into a huge explanation or whatnot. But then when you start to find it, it's kind of handling it smartly that you really want to focus on. And that is like looking at what should come off of where. I think you were part of the conversation, Craig, and we were talking to Kyle, and we were kind of hoping to prompt him to do some stuff with his software and blacklists. I mentioned you, Brad, because I think one of the best things people can do for their mass page building is really understand what a blacklist is and how to use it properly. Because when you get into cannibalization, that's one of the biggest things I see with mass page is people not using proper backlists and causing issues for themselves that way. And even with just publishing in like a magazine style kind of situation, you can start cannibalizing the shit out of yourself if you don't pay attention, And there's a very common graph with that's happened over the last year for like 4 of the different updates. Like you'll see the waterfall of traffic just go bye-bye.
Hopefully that helps you, Mr. Semenov. Other questions, guys, please do put them in the chat over there.
The other one that came up with calls was this call, like putting in this call will be recorded. And I would say that if you're required to, you should. We'll have warnings in certain markets depending on what it was. Some will kind of screw up some of your conversion, but if you're in a market that is life or death and you're not warning people away from hurting themselves, you're making a mistake, in my opinion. So just follow regulation. What do you think, Brad? This call.
Yeah, if you're supposed to have it, then you should have it. It's just like to be safe. You a lot of times need a disclaimer at the bottom. Like the affiliate disclaimer. We sell these calls to. We're not actually a facility. You can have that in the fine print at the bottom, but we're not actually a facility. Your calls will go to XYZ. So.
Yeah.
Who is Connect SEO again?
I don't know.
Don't know if that's someone. I've got a feeling that I know that name. I can't figure.
Seems familiar, for sure.
Yeah. I didn't know if it was Alex, but Alex is AMP something. AMP.
AW. He's a boss SEO.
Yeah, no, but he comes under
AMW.
Yeah. But it looks kind of similar. I don't know. This guy reminds me of Alex. But
they use the same logo template.
Yeah. Probably the same logo, just changing the words out down the bottom. Nothing like a bit of logo plagiarism. So,
Canva. I love Canva. Shit
Canva's
out some
rad,
more of
dude.
those.
I use Canva a lot.
Yeah.
is that because you guys are illiterate when it comes to Photoshop, a bit like me?
No.
It's just they've got templates. You go to create a logo
Quicker.
and you pick one. Yeah. You can type in whatever, if you're doing like water damage, you type in water or whatever you want to do, and it'll bring up all these templates, and then you just throw your shit in there, change the colors if you need to, and you're done. You download it.
I have tried for years. It's a skill I'd love to have. Would be able to do Photoshop. I cannot get it.
No, you don't need those skills of Canva. Yeah,
No, you don't. Like I did do a lot of like art stuff back in college for like when I took school for game design, I did a lot of Photoshop shit. I'm actually pretty good with Photoshop, but Canva is so fucking fast, man.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if you're doing any sort of sharing and you want to use AI to like make video, like you can pull frames out real quick, dude, and then share your Instagram stories fast, dude.
It's cheap too.
Yeah, super cheap. Like it's definitely worth like being on the tool list for staff or anybody that's doing affiliate themselves. Like it's something. Yeah, I give it to my kids when they want something for YouTube or something or other. Like go to Canva. That's the way to go for sure.
Check it out, guys. I'm just trying to see if I've got it. Yeah, I have. I don't use it though. Someone else in the office uses it. But hey,
Canva.
Yeah,
it's solid for like quick. Like if I'm doing graphics, man, it's because I'm doing something where I want something published quick because I'm like either like trying to make a quick dollar or looking at something in my crazy fucking.
I need it for a lander. Yeah, typically.
Yeah, it's fast. I don't want to wait on someone, and so I use that. So yeah, Canva is solid, dude, for sure. I mean, I wouldn't replace Photoshop but it's got its place.
Yeah. No, it's a thing in my office. I've got someone full time who does the Photoshop and video editing and all that shit. I couldn't be fucking.
Yeah, I remember when you hired me for that. I'm really good at it for you.
Sam is saying, would you say cognitive is your main on-page tool then? And what's your thoughts on Cora?
Cora, go ahead, Brad.
Yeah, I was going to say Cora is a lot. So if you're prepared to take a really deep dive into your rankings, then yeah, go with Cora.
Cora's great scraper, good data. I think it's a good piece of software. I'm a big fan of stuff that's SaaS. I'm not a huge fan of desktop stuff. That's just me because of the way processes work. For me, I usually end up having someone in Surfer or like if it's page optimization like Pop, but we are really looking more at data and like what the competitor are doing and just analyzing that rather than going in and using a desktop software to scrape individual SERPs like that, because I want to see like how domain A is over like 20 or 30 keywords. Like, are they appearing like, 20 times out of 20, or are they appearing like 4? Like, there's stuff that I want to look at and visualize that I'm not going to see there. I would say cognitive is like one of the main ways that I get words when I need additional words for sure.
Yeah. I'm doing a lot of testing right now with Surfer too. So
yeah, Surfer's a solid. From a content plan and starting, I want something I can drop a VA into and say, hey, build this site. Exactly. And that's the problem with Cora, is that a lot of it will need training, and a lot of it will need training to know what not to focus on in certain situations. And I want to look at the site as a whole, not individual pages by themselves.
Also,
that domain broker that you mentioned for your Black Friday thing, they're pretty good then, Craig?
Domain coasters have got some real good.
Do they have rehab?
I don't know. You'd need to check whether they've got rehab, but they've got the prices on them are insane.
Yeah.
But there is a whole bunch of deals on this page, guys, from all different people. So do check them out on that page to see what I've got listed. There probably will still be some last minute deals. Have you guys got anything going on for Black Friday? Nah. Come on, man.
Should we sell the? I mean, we could sell the event recordings.
There we
I
go.
have to
You got
shit that out though.
They had an addiction domain when he checked this morning.
They did. Who checked?
Aaron Semenoff.
I'll check it out. What was the domain again?
Domaincoasters.com.
I'm starting to get calls from finally because I've actually focused on it from the ones that I bought from Otis. So.
Yeah, it's right, Aaron. There's just tools for certain things. You're not going to go draw with your tablet in Canva as much as you would in Photoshop, in my opinion, right? But if you're going to go in and you want to knock out like quick crap for social media sites that are sized properly and you're not batched up or something, I think it's way faster for sure.
I'm going to have to do more on Canva. Just looking at some of the Reels templates and stuff like that. For Instagram.
You should, dude, for what you're doing with like, dude, I felt honored because I got to record one of Craig's TikTok video parts for him at Popeye.
Did
you post it?
Yeah.
Good.
Which one did you record?
Of the toilet.
Oh, yeah. No,
dude, Stephanie shows me, like, I catch Stephanie laughing her ass off, bro. And it's the new hotel room where you didn't say shit, but I'm going. Dude, she's just laughing so hard. I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, look at this. I'm watching. I'm like, oh yeah, I remember. And then it's my dumb ass going. But you just cut in and didn't say shit and cut out, dude. It was just edited perfectly, bro. It was fucking hilarious, dude.
Yeah.
So funny.
You were the butler. That was the part you were playing that day.
Dude, that place looks like it's gonna fall apart, bro.
Oh, dude,
that's why I was a little nervous on that balcony.
Oh, dude, that.
Yeah, what category was that rehab one under? Whoever.
Aaron. What category?
Is there an addiction category? No. Automotive, aviation. I don't see it as a primary category.
Dude.
Help Aaron.
We park to go to Popeyes and there's no parking. It's blocked off. So we have to like drive and park up the hill or whatever. And Craig's just like, what the hell, man? What's going on here?
Yeah, we're in some fucking dirt track, dude.
It's funny.
Dude,
Stephanie and Veronique, they find this chameleon, right? Veronique goes, it's illegal to pick them up. And then she goes, but it's Malta, and picks it up, dude. And like they're like holding this freaking chameleon, dude. And Stephanie had wanted to see a chameleon the whole time, so she's holding this chameleon, man. They're badass little freaking lizards, dude.
Who's going to stop you from picking them up though if you're in the middle of fucking nowhere?
It's funny.
But it's a nice place, old school, definitely. Like you said in the chat we were having earlier, it's definitely a good vacation resort. Yeah. Safe, clean, tidy. The only bad thing was that guy that approached us in the hotel lobby.
The guy with the long fin, yeah. That was Craig was a little pissed, Brad. Craig was about to snap some neck.
Oh, dude, we're sitting in the hotel lobby, minding our own business. Me, Mike, and Alex, and totally sober. No one's drinking. This drunk dude comes up like 5 o'clock, sits down next to Mike, and goes on about Mike's hat. He's like, "Oh, dude, nice hat, and all that." Now, I'm assuming Mike knows this guy, and then the guy goes, "Hey," and I'm looking at my phone. I'm trying to order a McDonald's. He's like, "Hey," I says, "Who the fucking hell are you talking to?" And he's like, "Do you want to go and fuck some strangers?" Says, "I've got a long, thin cock."
How the hell did Dirty Juice get all the way to Malta?
Yeah, no doubt, dude.
And I'm like, dude, get the fuck away from this table. Piss off. No, I said to Mike, I'm like, is this guy with you? And he's like, nah. I'm like,
I don't know this one.
Nah, I don't hang out with dudes with long, thin cocks.
But sitting there trying to order a McDonald's and this guy's yapping away. Clearly, his company sent him over to Malta and he's taking full advantage of the free booze. This was like 5 p.m. or some shit like that. He was fucking off his face. But apparently...
The next day, dude, people were looking for him.
yeah, the next day, people like, who was that fucking dude? A guy wanted to throw him in the sea. He's like, that prick came up to me the night before he done it to us and done the same thing. So, yeah, he's been winding up everyone.
I never saw him again, so I like to think that he just didn't make it.
Yeah.
He went on a deep sea expedition.
Exactly. He went diving out of season.
So you order McDonald's while you're in Malta?
Yeah.
Every day.
Gotta eat. You gotta eat.
Yeah, you gotta eat.
I had the Soylent meal replacement for my breakfast, and
Kyle doesn't need to eat; he just drinks.
Oh yeah, Kyle just eats beers for his.
Craig suggests we meet for breakfast before he leaves, and we all meet down there, and we all eat except for Craig. He's just chilling, dude.
Yeah.
Look at my phone. Look at my phone. Look at my phone.
There was some good information in that phone, Mike.
There was some really good information, and I don't think my head will ever be the same.
I'm showing him the real knowledge bombs in the phone.
Dude, he's standing there like this to Steph, man. Like, just look. Have you seen this one? Have you seen this one? Then he shows her a picture of his kid, and she looks at him and goes, "Yeah, that must look like your wife."
Yeah, nothing. She just looked at me. She looked me, but it was the way she done it. She just looked me right in the eyes and just went, "Yeah, he must look like the wife." I'm like, "You fucking cheeky so and so," but it was fun.
Or the UPS guy.
That's right.
We only get UPS over here if you order a MacBook, so he's not around too much.
We last night the Amazon, I had some shit. It said delivered. It said delivered to a safe place. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, where is the safe place? So I'm out there like looking at, like, we've got a box outside that we put chairs in. I'm like, oh, it's not in there. I look like behind like signs and shit. I have no idea where the safe place was. Fast forward like an hour. The kids next door bring over all our Amazon packages. The Amazon person left it at their house. I was like, oh, your house must be safer than mine. Thank you. And then like,
you get to pick your designated safe place though.
I've never picked a safe place.
Because normally they take a picture. So if you say like leave it in the back porch, they take a picture where they left it.
Yeah, it was no picture, no nothing. I was like, what?
They don't do that for us, man. They just literally leave it by my garage.
Yeah, I'd prefer them to leave it by my front door. No one's gonna steal it.
I've had my front door is visible from the street. And there are douchebags who literally just leave it at the front door, and you're just like, come on, man, why the fuck would you just leave it there? Just sheer laziness. So, yeah, it's
what I found my favorite thing about like everyone over there in Malta was the drivers, man, the ones that had been into the US that had been on vacation and just kind of looking at the whole thing from their point of view and how dangerous and scary the US is for them when they travel through it, dude. And it was kind of eye-opening because I can see the point of view for sure.
Oh, dude, like it's the same in the UK. Like we ain't allowed guns or anything. In Europe in general, America's a kind of scary ass place. To go over there and there's just random dudes like you walking around with whatever. That's just should not be allowed, man. But that was a weird thing because when I was at Rockstars, we went out for a day in the kind of shooting range, and the price that you could pick these guns up for was insane, just like $300 and stuff like that.
It's cheap. Ammo is what gets you.
Yeah.
But ammo's what gets you. But Sacklane is asking another question. What is the entity SEO? How to implement entity SEO in affiliate niches?
Entity is literally just a thing.
Person, place, or thing. Yeah. Establish all your standard accounts, basically. Interconnect them.
Yeah, I think what this is getting towards some of the stuff we've seen. You know, we were talking about some of it with like Tugber or whatever, and if you look at it from a market standpoint, if you're trying to sell apple pies, then you might be talking about spices, you might be talking about apples, you might be talking about recipes on that website. But you might not be talking about apple orchards or fruit salad, unless maybe that's a freaking fruit salad apple pie or some shit. And really looking at it from there and seeing how those entities are like filled with different search queries. Like, so if we're looking for apple pie, it might be the best apple pie or mom's apple pie or green apple pie, red apple pie, blue apple pie. It might be a keyword that you rank for on that website. It might be a keyword you rank for all on one page. Maybe not, but it's about grouping all of those modifiers together in a bucket, making a page that matches some search queries and making sure that they're optimized for those search queries. And that's basically what all SEO is at this point, in my opinion. But I don't know how else to say that quickly. How would you say it, Craig? What's entity SEO and how do you implement it in affiliate niches?
I mean, I think like what you said pretty much hits the nail on the head. But there are websites out there. Let me just check entitieschecker.com, which again you might find useful to have a better understanding of what entities are. How would you implement it in affiliate niches? Like for me, to try and trigger a knowledge panel, let me just give you this example. I need to be on other entities to show that I'm a trusted source or a real person and all that kind of stuff. I think any website wants to have those entities on there to some degree, just to tick a few boxes, join the dots for Google and build a bit of trust. So would you do that in affiliate websites? I would do it in any website. So
it's all the same. I mean, how would you do it in affiliate versus local versus whatever? It's all establishing an entity is going to be the same everywhere.
I think people get hung up on like they classify an entity as like, okay, that is the brand or just the business. That is just what that is. But an entity, literally, it's like strings, not things, or things, not strings. An entity could be Craig Campbell. An entity could be Craig's website or Brad. An entity
could be his long, thin wiener.
Long, thin cock. An entity is a long, thin cock. And once you realize that an entity is a thing, and you know that Google's building a search result to deliver traffic to a page, pages, ads in that search result, they're only going to show things that have certain other things on it in that search result. And once you have that, you can actually start to analyze it, and you're implementing it in absolutely everything. Your page is a freaking group of keywords that make up the entity of that page, and that page has to match to a search query or else you're not going to get traffic. So it's hard because so many people define this shit in so many different ways. But at the end of the day, it really is about matching things to the right place on a website and matching that to a search query. But I don't know.
Joining the dots for Google.
What's that?
It's just joining the dots together for Google.
Making it easier on them.
It's also how you build EAT, dude. I mean, like if you want to build authority in a topic and you're talking about, take the simple explanation. If you want to think about like medical shit and you want to think a doctor's so damn important, having a PhD is so damn important, it's not hard for Google to look on a page about plastic surgery techniques and say, I need to make sure that it talks about someone's name and then mentions PhD, and they can programmatically check for expertise there. They also know that if you're talking about apple pie and you forget to mention baking, that you might never have made an apple pie before. Like that's how you establish.
You just buy them from McDonald's.
That's right, dude. Like if you read the quality rater guidelines I think are really important reads for everyone doing SEO, because it really breaks down what they're looking for. And they even craft their fucking own pages that way too. They want to put video where video belongs in their search and stuff. So they figure it out based on like, okay, if someone's looking for these keywords in a part of this like market level entity or whatever, like what do they want to see? And then they make their decisions or whatever. But yeah, it's I think it gets overcomplicated, don't you?
Oh, SEO in general does.
Everyone does. Like that question itself, how to implement entity SEO into affiliate websites. People think it's like maybe an affiliate thing or I don't know what the fuck they think. It's just, as I say, joining the dots for Google, helping Google understand what the fuck you are and what you're doing.
Well, yeah, you know, it's interesting because the way you say it, you think about it, they say, like I did a search to see what one of the first things that they would say about entities are. And it's talking about how keywords are dead, right? And that's all well and good to say because, yeah, we can go out if we optimize just for like individual keywords and we don't do proper SEO, we might have problems. But how the hell is Google going to know what that page is about and what that entity is if they can't associate like words to that fucking entity? So it's really kind of like a bucket, right? The entity is a bucket of fucking words almost. But yeah, I guess how to implement entity SEO and affiliate niches is a problem in and of itself because entity SEO is just proper content when I look at it in a certain way, right? It's writing content. And so if you're writing content properly, you're implementing it.
Yeah. Makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense to you, Sacklane. What's
your favorite Christmas movie, Craig?
Christmas movie, man. Fuck. Probably Home Alone.
We were talking about, Home Alone, and Home Alone's a good one.
I like It's a Wonderful Life.
I mean, what about the old Santa movie? I don't know which year it was made.
The Bells one?
It's the one
on 34th Street.
Yeah, that would be the older one.
It's definitely the older one. It must have been filmed in the 70s or some shit like that. Because I watched it as a kid. And
they ring the bells and shit. Is it black and white?
Nah, it's not black and white. It's kind of Dudley Moore's in it. I know that much. He's one of the elves. Dudley Moore. Come on, man. You don't know who Dudley Moore is?
I don't think so.
It's the Santa Claus, the one where he right?
Yeah.
The one where it's called Santa Claus, right?
Yeah.
I've never seen that.
Oh, dude, it's class.
Is this British?
No, but I'm pretty
I remember that one.
It was done in Central Park.
Christmas Vacation, the original is solid. That one,
that was good.
Story, and then Home Alone are like three that we watch over here with It's a Wonderful Life and like Miracle on 34th Street.
I have to look this one up. I've never seen it.
And then the Santa Claus, dude, with Tim Allen or whatever.
Yeah, they came out with a new one.
Did they?
Yeah, this year. Then they, of course, you've always got A Christmas Story. Shoot your eye out. They came out with
That's a great one.
Another one of those this year too. It's on HBO.
What about this one from Rob?
I like to watch Christmas Vacation. Yeah, that one's a classic.
You've seen that, right? With Chevy Chase?
Oh, you have to watch that one.
If you haven't seen that one, watch it, dude.
You'll crack up. Yeah. It's got Elaine from Seinfeld in it.
It's
Squirrel
funny.
gets in a fucking tree. Have you seen the National Lampoon movies? Like the vacation movies?
Oh, dude, you got those. Must be just an American thing.
They're on Netflix. Go on them. You can watch them.
Dude, I don't even get time to fucking watch any normal TV. I get forced to watch.
You're too busy playing Miles Morales as Spider-Man, bro.
Yeah. Dude, I don't get the chance. As soon as I go home here just now, I'll be asked to go on because we've got one suit left to get, and he's killing me with it, man. So, yeah.
Craig had to like push his son away from the controller so that his son wouldn't ruin the save for Spider-Man.
Is it a game?
It's a Spider-Man. Yeah, it's a game.
The wife cracks up. He's only 3. Leave him alone. I'm like, man.
He's only 3. Leave him alone.
Yeah, we're fighting with each other. And then he goes in a huff. You have all the shots, and he goes in a little huff. It's It must be funny for the wife.
Ours are, we've got, the older one has a Switch, so they're arguing over that. So I think I'm going to get the younger one a Switch this year.
Oh, man. Just money, money, money.
That's it.
But
that's why we make it, right?
exactly.
That's exactly why, is to be able to support children. What
But
the hell, man?
on that note, guys, we are out of time. We are back. We won't have any more mishaps. We should be back forevermore now. They're just a bit rough for the last couple of weeks. We're traveling and stuff. But
come with more fucking questions next time.
Yeah, come with questions. Actually, we're going to bring some case study stuff out of gaming. I think we were talking about it. Might as well grab some stuff out of gaming and throw some stuff to the public or something.
Yeah, that would be a good idea.
We'll try to prepare and bring something, maybe.
I'm not going to prepare for anything.
No, you don't have to. It's fine.
Good.
You can prepare for my love, dude.
Yeah, I'm ready.
I know you are.
Mm-hmm. Bear
I
hug.
know you are.
Anyways,
Always.
You know how hard I squeeze.
Hey, thanks everybody for the time. Appreciate it. Yeah.